on this. So I will now leave the stage to Stéphane Gauthier, our external speaker. He will introduce himself, and you will see that the topics is all about customer culture and customer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Damien. Thank you, Henri. You just spoiled my conference because, I mean, every topic you just mentioned, I will mention it again, but repeating it still learning anyway. So,
sorry, you need this too.
So we really will well aligned. So that will be easy for me. Try to convince you about customer satisfactions, wow effect, customers, enchantement. We said in France. It's funny because in this company you speak French and English, or maybe Franglish. You know, I'm French, so you know the French people when they speak English, they speak Franglish. What does it mean? It means that we take a French word, but we say it like an English word. It seems to be English, but it's French. But I'm sure you will understand anyway. So I will switch in French because this is the way you are holding your meeting. So I try my best to explain it. But of course, I'm better in French, but I try my best in English. Thank you for welcoming here. The first time I'm doing that speech in that kind of room. Quite strange for me, quite new for me, but it's nice. Let me tell you first that as industrial groups, you are quite mature in terms of customer satisfaction because NPS, it's more used in the B2C world. So if you use it as a B2B word, that's good news. OTIF, it's a good news as well, but maybe the CES will be better than OTIF. I will have time to discuss, but the customer effort score, which is new, it's a very good KPI to see the perception of the customers in terms of delivery and quality, of course. OTIF is just what you do, but CES, it was customer perceive. And I will try to tell you today that customer perception, this is the key of customer satisfaction. And we'll see what means customer perceptions. And I will speak to you as a customer, because you are customers. I am customers. I'm from the hotel industry. I'm working in the hotel industry for the last 30 years, so nothing to do with your business. Thank you. Yes, last night I learned some new words. Dust collectors, I think it's here. I heard about Davide, which tried to explain me after a few glasses of wine what heat exchange should be. Sorry, Davide, I didn't get it still. But I need more beer to know what it is. I heard about the solar rolling shutter that you have made it for B2C world as well. So I learned a lot of new words for my English, which is very good. But I'm not sure technically I will be the one to explain what you do. But in the hotel industry, it's easy for me. I was a big hotelier and a little hotelier. I was a big hotelier because I was CEO for Best Western France for 10 years. And I was not lucky because during these 10 years, I was hit by the customers. I have no choice. You have the choice. I didn't have the choice. In my industry, customers take the power. When I say customer take the power, the real power, I mean the one to tell me what I need to do for them. And I have no choice to do what customer wants me to do. You as a customer in the hotel industry. So during these 10 years, between 2000 and 2010, I will explain and you will see what happens in my industry. I have no choice to do something different and to take care of my customers like never. And then I was a little hotelier because in 2011 I left Best Western and I bought my own hotel in Orléans. I'm coming from Orléans yesterday. And I was running my own property for 11 years with my wife. We just sold the hotel last year. And I was confronting to my customers at the reception. So that's a B2C word. But as Henri said, I will try to demonstrate that a B2C word, it's also a B2B word. And your B2B customers, it's a B2C customers in real life. The same man, the same woman, the same way to buy goods, services, and things. So you have to consider your customers in front of you as a B2C one. And the B2C are reacting differently today because, and Henri said it's over-informed and so on. In my industry, and it's easy for you because you know my industry, the first things which happen in my industry in terms of digitalization, it's TripAdvisor. Everybody knows TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is in 2000 which means it's 4 years before Facebook. So the first social network is not Facebook, it's TripAdvisor. And when I asked my colleagues in the US and said, what is this website where people are saying bad things about my property in France? I have 300 hotels in France. And people starting to talk about my hotels on TripAdvisor. And I say, what it is? And the US guys said, don't worry, Stéphane. I mean, it's a Mexican guy who is sharing his holidays pictures between friends. Doesn't go so far. So don't worry. Yes, I'm not worried. But today, in 2023, you are 95% in this room to look for comments, for reviews on TripAdvisor. So you don't believe me, you don't believe a hotelier, you don't believe a hotel chain or a brand. You are believing stupid people from everywhere in the world saying something wrong or maybe right about my property. And in a few seconds, you are going to decide to book that hotel or the other hotels, not because I said that I have a nice property, just because you believe other customers like you in the world say, go ahead, it's nice, or don't go there, I don't recommend. And in my property, when I was running my property, if in the morning I have a bad reviews, I can lose 20% of the reservation from the day. One bad reviews, 20% revenue less. If I have a good review, something will recommend my property, I can have a 10% increase in my reservation potential of the day. So customers, you, are making a decision like this in a few seconds on a TripAdvisor website. How can I control TripAdvisor? I can't. I mean, people are just saying something about my property. I have to accept it. Saying that I'm a genius or saying I'm very bad at services in my property. And in a few seconds, you as a consumer, you're taking care about that kind of comments, and you decided to book or not my property. Despite the fact I can make marketing, can say Best Western is the best brand in the world, you don't care. You don't believe me. You are believing other customers. The second revolution in my industry, it's booking. We were talking about facilities. Is it easy to do business with you? We didn't see, as a hotel chains CEOs around the world, we didn't see Booking arrive. Booking, it's in 2001, and Booking, it's two guys in Amsterdam in a garage who's making a reservation website for the customers. We, as a hotel chains, we didn't do that. What did we do when the internet was coming up? We just built websites, so standalone websites, and if you want to book a room, we have a toll-free number. So you can call the toll-free number. That's easy. We have 7 toll-free call centers in the world. You can call any toll-free number in the world and speak to your language with somebody else. We didn't learn and listen to our customers. Our customers was keeping saying weak signals, keeping saying, I want to book in one click, in my language, in my money, with my currency, with photos, with customer reviews. He was keeping saying that, but we didn't listen to him. And Booking was coming on the market and asking us an 8% commission for each reservations. That's fine. 8% commission. We used to give commission in the hotel industry. We said, yes, okay, why not? That seems very nice. But you are not in the hotel industry, so you don't know the business. So it's not going to work. Today, Booking, it's #1 in hotel reservations, internet hotel reservations in the world. 9 reservations on 10 are made on Booking on the web, which means that hotel chain was hit directly by the customers who choose to go to another way of reservations that hotel chains was proposing. So we were really challenging, and we tried to do something, but it was too late because we didn't listen to our customers who said, I don't care about your product. I just care about the way I can book a room for you. And each time you are booking a hotel room through Booking.com, you as a consumer, I give 20% commission today to Booking.com. 30% of the total revenue of the hotels of this planet, it's made by Booking, 30%. So that's made, it's not bearable. I mean, it's not sustainable for my business. And we, as a hotel chain, we didn't see anything. We didn't anticipate that the customers had that power to switch the reservations to Booking.com or bestwestern.com. So today we try to do, of course, online reservation, but it's not enough. It's too late. Booking has its market share. And it's impossible for you to think outside of Booking. And if I said to you, book on bestwestern.com or accor.com, you don't care because you want it simple, because Booking makes your life easier. So you prefer to stay with Booking than to book directly with me. It's too late. We didn't listen our customer on time. Third revolution, I was not lucky because 2000 and 2010, it was exactly the 10 years when I have to deal with that revolution, but that's life, but it learns a lot of things for me. Third revolution is you. You are my competitors because you have house, you have a tiny house or chalet or apartment in the mountainside or in the city center, everywhere in the world, Airbnb. And when I called my colleague from US on the West Coast, because Airbnb was born in San Francisco, and I said, what is this website where in Paris I see a lot of flats competing with my hotels, proposing, okay, the US people said, don't worry, Stefan. So once again, I should have been much more careful. Don't worry, Stefan, this is like a beatnik ID from the West Coast, which means it's like couch surfing. I mean, you go to the inhabitants and you can rent a room. So it's a very niche market. But honestly, Stefan, I mean, are you ready to leave your flat to somebody you don't know from China for 15 days in Paris or wherever? I say no. So you see, it will never work. Today, Airbnb, it's the #1 hotel chain in the world. 16 million offers. The #1, it's Marriott and Starwood, that are 1 million rooms. So 16 million apartments, houses, and now hotel rooms on Airbnb. They make money, they are on stock exchange, and they made $95 billion last year. So we didn't see as an hotelier that the market was changing, and the power, it's in customer hands. You have the power on me, because you can decide to go to the hotels, to choose your hotels, comparing the notations and comparing how much I have on 10 on Booking, for example, and we come back to this. But your customer has the same ability to do it. And I've been on the internet, I've been on Google, and I see your company, and I see the Google reviews. You have Google reviews on your company, and you have a notation also, welcome in this world. Of course, I can be 8 or 8.5 on Booking, but you also have a 3 or 4 on 5 on Google, and Google is a starting point for your next customers to choose your company or not. And it doesn't depend on your product, it just depends on what people are seeing you and how people are seeing you on the internet, and you can't help it. You can't avoid it. You can't just say, I don't want to be on Google. Of course you're on Google. And of course you have people who said you are fantastic or you are not fantastic, and you have to deal with that, like me that time. So I've been to other industry because I was obsessed when I left Best Western. I was obsessed to understand why customers, why the same customers in the same, booking the same room in the same hotels, one is very happy and the other one in the same condition, it's not very happy. Why is that difference? So yeah, I've been to other industry, again B2C, but I've been to the driving school business. Driving school business is very interesting in France. It's a huge business. It's 2 billion euro revenue. So everybody was, I don't know in your country, but in France, if you want to have your driving license, you have to go to this kind of driving school. So very interesting things, but driving school, it's a 82% dissatisfaction market. When you ask people through NPS or any other customer satisfaction review, 82% of people from 18 to 25 said, I'm not satisfied in the driving school business today. No wonder why. I mean, I have my driving license in 1986. Maybe some of you are same age than me, but if you remember in France at least, I don't know again in your respective country, but in France, I have to learn the code, you know, on the Code Rousseau, you know, this book. I say, yes, okay, so I'm not so old. And I have to go to Saturday afternoon in a very hot room with a lady and going to slides, and I have to choose if I turn right or left. And afterwards, I know if I make a 4 or 5 mistake and was happy or not. So this is the way I have my code. And for driving license, I have to wait in the cold, you know, that the driving instructor is coming to pick me up, and it was not very funny. It was a smelly car, but they don't care about the customers, because this is the way to have the driving license. You have no choice. If you have a market when you have 82% dissatisfactions, you have a problem, because it's an opportunity for somebody else. And if you have customer dissatisfied in your industry, even if it's 10%, or even if it's 1%, it's an opportunity for your competition. It's an opportunity for your competition to solve their problems. And Ornica solved the problems of this industry. I have 3 kids, 20, 25, and 30 years old, and my last daughter, she's 20, and they said, okay, girls, you are going to have your driving license, so you take the Code Rousseau from your brothers, okay, you are going to learn it, and you will go to the driving school right the corner, and you can subscribe and go there on Saturday afternoon to see the slides, like me, 30 years ago. And she said, no way, Dad. There's an app for that. And she's right, there's an app for that. There's an app will make it easy. And this app is Ornica. Ornica, it's the 100% digitalizations of the code examen, which means that you can learn in playing with friends, in podcasts, at 3 o'clock in the morning, in the taxi, in the metro, whatever. The code with Ornica, it's 10 times cheaper on every other driving school in France. And if you want to learn to have driving license, we change the relationship between the instructors and between the learner. So the learner is going to choose the instructors like you choose your Uber driver, which means the instructor have some stars. And maybe I will choose Damien, because Damien, it's a very nice guy, he's very funny, a little bit strict, you know, on how to learn to drive, but it's going to pick me up at home, so I will choose Damien. Or I will choose Marie, because Marie, she's nice, she has a little mini Austin, very nice, and I will choose Marie because she will also pick me up and coming back to my home. So the learner, the customers, is choosing the driver, is choosing the instructors. Like you, as a customer, you are choosing the hotels, depending not on my loyalty or my professionally, you are just choosing because other customers said, yes, let's go, and go there. It's the same, exactly the same. In 5 years' time, Ornica, it's 51% market share in 5 years' time. One young people from 18 to 25 buy a product with Ornica in the last 5 years. Driving schools are dead. Dead in France. It's finished. It's finished because driving school didn't listen to their customers. Even they make it complex for them. You have to go to the rooms to make code tests and so on. You have to wait for their instructors. They make things very complex for the customers. Customer with dissatisfaction, and if you have 82 market with dissatisfaction rate, it's a huge opportunity for you. So that's what Ornica was doing. I have many examples, but my conviction, which I'm not telling you the truth, I'm just telling you my convictions as an hotelier for these last 30 years. We are in the era of customers. I know it's difficult to hear, but we are not in the technical world. We are not in the world of engineer. I know I'm not going to have French today, but it's a different world today. We are not in the era of distribution, because distribution was blowing up by Amazon, and we'll come back to Amazon. We are not in the era of information, because information is you and me. We are making the information on the web. We are in the era of customers. The customers have the power. You have the power to switch. You have the power to pay your salary. You have the power to be loyal or not. You have the power to challenge you. So the power, and I took Yves Rocher as an example. Everybody knows Yves Rocher? It's a French company, but it's a worldwide company. It's a natural cosmetic leader in the world. A French company, very good company. Brice Rocher, the grandson of the founder. It's a CEO of Yves Rocher. They are on the market for the last 60 years. They are leaders in their industry. They are the first entreprise à mission in France, so they are really concerned by sustainability and so on. Products are made in France, which is very nice. So, I mean, this is a very, very nice company. very smart. But Yves Rocher called me in 2019, just before COVID, and he said, Stéphane, we have a problem. Maybe you can help us. And the problem was very easy to understand, but I will ask you why. The problem was that between research and development and marketing, they were not agree how to solve that problems. And the question is for you, what do you think, what kind of problems do you think Yves Rocher was facing at that time, concerning, of course, the customers, concerning a change in the market? They didn't see it as a threat, but it was a threat. That they are not agree internal in the company to decide to do black or white, and it can be really put the company in danger for the next years. So what do you think Yves Rocher is facing today as a challenge?
Was it regarding like plastic, maybe more global?
Yes, you're right, they are working on it. They are not perfect, they are working on it, so that's not really challenging for them. They are very conscious to evolve in that area. Yes, that's right. It's not the one. Yes, and they are really taking care about this, so they are really concerned, and they're trying to make efforts to stop tests on animals, of course. So, yeah. You mean do it yourself? Yes. That makes guys crazy, because I mean they make 12 years of studies to make that cream and that product. And when they see Madame Michu on Google make la crème de jour avec de l'eau du citron, they turn crazy. So that's a market, but it's a niche market, and that's not really impacting their business in terms of revenue. Sorry? This is not what they are doing. I mean, they try to be a little bit fair. No, it's coming from the customers. You have 20 million people in France, 20 million people in France who are using something on a smartphone to buy cosmetics or to buy foods. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yuka. Everybody knows Yuka? Y-U-K-A. You can download on your mobile, and Yuka, it's a little carrot, you know. And Yuka, it's non-profit organizations. It's two guys. I mean, it's one guy, one girl, 30 years old, and they want to save the planet. They want to save the planet. So they create an algorithm, and this algorithm is scanning the barcode of any product, and they say it's good for you or it's not good for you. And guess what? Yves Rocher, the worldwide leader on natural cosmetic, 1/3 of their product, it's red. It's not good for you. And the engineer of R&D said to me, but we don't care, Stéphane. Who is Yuka? I mean, who is Yuka to decide what to do or not in my product? I mean, I'm going to make a lipstick with pigments. Pigment is very good for the health, but it's authorized. I mean, I can do that. So it's a very good product. I sold it for the last 60 years. We have a very good margin. We make a lot of money with that. We are not going to change it. We keep the receipt. It's a very good product, so we're not going to change it. And the marketing said, wait a minute. 20 million people using Yuka. And when you are using Yuka in the Yves Rocher shops, and you ask to the vendors to say, I don't understand. I mean, Yuka, you are natural cosmetic leaders, and this product is not good for Yuka. Yes, let me try to explain. No. What do you want me to explain? Yuka said it's not good for me. I don't believe you, Yves Rocher, anymore. I believe Yuka. Even if it's not fair, because that's not fair. If you have a technician, if you have a technical engineer and making this product for 60 years, you don't understand why two young people would challenge you about what you put in your product. But this is the case, and I have a bad news for you. Nobody knows, nobody believes you as well. If you don't believe Yves Rocher, if you don't believe Best Western, nobody believes sorry for the pronunciation, GFK, nobody believes you. You can say, I'm the best in dust collectors, or I'm the best in whatever. People are not believing you. People are believing your customers. Customer recommendation, that's what NPS is measuring. Because if you are not trusting me, you are trusting my consumer. And people are not trusting Yves Rocher, which is again, a very smart company, a very nice company. They are not trusting them anymore. So I said to the engineer for Yves Rocher, you have one choice. If I didn't listen my consumer on TripAdvisor 20 years ago, I will be dead. If you are not UCA compliance in 5 years, you are dead. No choice. The power is on customer hands. Is it good or not? I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not a big fan because, I mean, when TripAdvisor went on the market, I was really hurt by my customer, but I have to accept it. And maybe I have to turn from a threat to an opportunity. And you should turn that threat as an opportunity. Don't be afraid about bad reviews. Don't be afraid about what customers said you're wrong. Maybe you have the feeling that you did it right, but customer perception is right. And he said, no, you did it wrong. And you have to listen. This is a weak signal. If you don't listen to them, you will finish like driving school. Startups are trying to give us some ideas, some concepts about what's key in the disruption market. Because disruption, it's to take a market and try to do it differently. And the first things I learned, because I was obsessed by technology, I thought that booking hit me because I was too old. I was 40 years old at that time, and two young, stupid guys of 20 years old give me a lesson. And I wanted to understand why do they have in their heads to think differently. And the first things I learned from them, it's stop thinking product, think problem. You need to resolve customer problems. Nobody cares about your products. Even your product, it's fine, it's smart, but nobody cares about your product. People are not buying product from you. They are buying solution to their problems. So if you understand the problems of your customers, of course it will be easy for you to get customer satisfactions. I put a drill on the screen. I have a question for you. Why do you buy a drill? What kind of problems do you want to solve? Easy question. Pourquoi vous achetez une perceuse? To make a hole, thank you. Not at all. I buy a drill because I want to hang that painting in my living room. Or my wife is asking for 3 months to do it, and I didn't do it. So my problem is not to make a hole. My problem is to put that painting on the wall. And I have many solutions for that. And your customers have many solutions avoiding buying product from you. Because if I want to hang this painting on the wall, it's very easy. I can ask Damien to go to my home because it's a very good man to do that instead of me. And maybe I will teach English to his kids in exchange. Or maybe I will ask Marie to give me his drill, her drill, and I will give her, I don't know, a hammer or something. Exchanging tools. Everything I'm just expressing today is existing, so solutions are diverse. The drill sales are down. Not because the drill is less performing, because the drill are much more performing than 2 years ago. They are alone, they are more powerful, and so on. So it's not a question of product. The product itself is very good. But the problems to solve, it's different. And then your customers have a choice. They have a choice to call you or not to call you, to call somebody else, or to make differently. So if you think problems instead of products, you are in a good way. And I will show you some companies who are thinking problems and not product. Let's go to the bank. What are the problems you are facing yourself when you want to open a bank account? What are the problems you are facing? At least in France. I don't know in another country. What are the problems you are facing with your bank? Tell me.
Opening hours. Yes.
Opening hours, thank you. Opening days. They are in vacation or they are in training. Opening days, administrations, papers, okay? It's complex. And banks say, I mean, it's complex not because of me, it's complex because of the rules and regulation. It's not me. So bank is, they are showing you their problems and say, this is not because of me, I want to make it simple, but the regulation doesn't make it easy for me. But it's wrong. They're just hiding, they're just excusing themselves to make it complex because it's like they have done for the last 30 years. You have some banks in London, it's the Metro banks, and the Metro bank said, I'm not the best bank in the world. Because bank, it's a commodity. Bank, it's not something you said, I'm going to open up a bank account this afternoon, it's fantastic. No, it's a commodity. So a commodity should be simple, should be easy. So the Metro bank say, you don't need to bring paper. You can go online and put the paper in a safe online for you just one day before. You don't need an appointment. You go on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock and I can open a bank account for you in 15 minutes. I'm not the best bank in the world, but I will make it easy for you. So these people are thinking problems. They are solving your problems. They are not selling your product. And banks are very good to sell products. You can't have them on the phone, but when they are calling you, they are trying to sell something to you. Let's go on the B2B. The B2B, Air Liquide. Air Liquide, it's a very big company, but one of their BU, it's oxygen for medical use. Of course, they have a huge market during COVID. What do you think it was important for Air Liquide to please their customers? The size of the bottle? The quality of the oxygen? Nobody cares. People wanted from Air Liquide to be on-time delivery. I'm sure you heard about this. Secure delivery because it's very dangerous, it's the oxygen. Emergency supplies because, of course, COVID was a little bit urgent. And, of course, immediate availability because I want it now. So the difference between Air Liquide and the competition is not the product. The product itself, it's nothing. But the service and the way they solve problems for the hospital was the key difference. And Air Liquide is one of the major players today in that area, not because of the product, but because of the problem solving. You have many examples. We were talking about Repastor last night when we have dinner. But Repastor, it's interesting because it connects to your industry. But I wanted to show you because it's expert in simplicity. And I think this is very clever. Expert in simplicity. You are calling me not because I'm an expert in my products, in the way I will maintain your stores, but because it's simple to do it. Very simple. 48 hours for somebody to come in my home, free quotations, 75 euros for forfait, I don't know what to say in English, 10 years guarantee and a national network for you. Simplicity, it's key, and they have 4.9 on Google, 4.9 on customer satisfaction with 21,000 people who said Repastor is wonderful. But maybe if you know Repastor from the inside, you say, no, they are not so good. Yes, but the perception of the customer, it's very good. You have to make easy for the customers, and the dematerialization, it's one of the way to make it easy. DocuSign. DocuSign, it's fantastic because DocuSign, it's just show up for the COVID. For the COVID, you can't sign any contract, so DocuSign went the solution. It was wonderful. And even the bank are proposing to sign the PGE, you know, in France, I have a PGE with DocuSign. I say, why didn't you do that before? Yeah, well, we are not ready. Yeah, but we are ready now because of the COVID. So if you don't have DocuSign for your guests, for your consumer, for your customers, you're dead. Because people doesn't want to make it on the old way, to receive the contract, to sign it, to scan it, to send it again. This is what we've done before the COVID. So DocuSign, it's one way to make customers' satisfactions in making their life easier for them. So if you don't have DocuSign, maybe your competition have DocuSign, people will go to your competition, not because of your product, not because your product is cheaper or it's better than the other, just because they have an easy way to make business with. Is it easy to make business with you? If the answer is no, you have to really reconsider this area. Think problems, not product. Mattress, easy for an atelier, huh? Mattress. So let's make a market survey. What are the problems you have when you change your mattress at home? Tell me. Different? Yeah. Absolutely. You have to transport it, yeah?
What to do with
What to do with the old one? Thank you. Yeah.
After some nights, maybe we are not like really satisfied, it's too hard.
You can't try it, huh? That's what you said. You can't try it because you try it in the shops, and you just put your head on the pillow and you said, okay, let's go, let's take it, but you don't know. And you don't know which one to choose because you have mattress from 200 to 2,000 euros. I know, but you don't know because I'm an hotelier. So you don't know which one it's good for me. So these are problems. It is a market survey we just did right now in 5 seconds. What is the biggest seller mattress in the world? Who is the biggest reseller of mattress in the world? Easy. Yeah. Yes, thank you. He is very good, huh? You have to increase his salary, I think. He deserves a bonus. Or maybe you've seen my presentation before, but he deserves a bonus. Or I will give you a bonus anyway. IKEA is the first seller of mattress in the world. IKEA in the US will stop selling mattress because for the last 10 years they are disrupted by startups like Emma, Teddy Bear, Casper. And these startups are solving customer problems. So IKEA didn't see. IKEA, it's for me, for my generation, IKEA, it's everything. I mean, IKEA, it's a genius. It's somebody who creates something. But they just forget to listen their customers who said, I want to have my mattress at home. I want to try it. I want you to take my old one, and so on. So they just didn't answer to these problems, but Emma did it. And Emma is #1 today selling mattress in France. Nobody knows Emma, but Emma is solving your problems. You can be delivered in 48 hours on the 6th floor without lift. You can try the mattress for 100 days, 3 months. And after 3 months, if you're not happy, you can call Emma, and Emma will take the mattress back, and you get reimbursed. When Emma is taking your or bringing your new mattress, they can take the old one and you can recycling in, and you have an attestations that the mattress is recycled. So when you're not happy about 100 days, they are not bringing back your old mattress. Okay, we stop there. So somehow, otherwise it's a little bit complex. Emma, it's a #1 in 5 years' time, #1 mattress, not because they are the best mattress in the world, just because they solve the problems of their customers. And who believes Emma? Nobody believes Emma, but you believe customer from Emma. 4.6 on Google with 3,000 reviews, and 4.7 on Trustpilot with more than 23,000 reviews. And that's done. Emma doesn't need to make advertising. Emma doesn't need to say, I have the best product in the world. Customers said for them that Emma is great. And will you buy Emma? The answer is yes. Not because Emma is good, just because people said that Emma is very good. Just a little game on the notations of Google. Let's go back to booking. You as a customer, what is the minimum rate you are going to see for hotels before choosing it on booking.com? It's from 0 to 10. What is the minimum rate you are just watching the product you want to book? What is the minimum? 9? 9, it's 8.5. Yeah, it's 8. The worldwide average, it's 8. It means that under 8, you are not looking for properties. If my properties, it's 7.9, I don't show up. I'm not in your choice. So between 7.9 and 8, what is the difference? No difference. But you are considering that 8, it's average, you are going to book after 8. And if it's 8.9, you are ready to pay more for the hotel room. So if you are under 4 on Google, you are in a bad way. You are suspect because people doesn't buy goods that doesn't contact company if you're under 4 on Google. And some of you are under 4. So you need to be over 4 because 4, it's a minimum cut that people consider that you are a good company, even in a B2B, and you are in a B2B world, but you have also Google reviews, and I will show you some Google reviews. First lesson I learned from my experience, it's Dissatisfied customers will disrupt you, not technology. Don't be afraid about the technology. You are watching your competitions because they have better technology, they have better product, better engineer. But this is not what is going to disrupt you. What is going to disrupt you, it's dissatisfied customer. Listen, your dissatisfied customer. Listen, it's a present. When a customer said, I'm not satisfied, it's a present for you. Of course, it's not very easy to listen or to understand, but it's a present because these people said, you are not solving my problem. And then it's a problem for you. So solve my problem. I'm not happy not because of the product, because you're not solving my problem. Welcome in the recommendation world. It's a world of recommendation. If you are using NPS, you know that recommendation is key. The word of mouth. The word of mouth, it's the essence of your business for many years. You are in the B2B worlds. People said you have to work with GFK because they are very good, or with NE, and so on. So the word of mouth today is digital. And everybody will know exactly what customers think about you, and you can't avoid it. You can say, no, I don't want to be on Google. Yes, you are on Google. And the good news for you, if you go ahead this customer satisfaction, it's if you go to the wow effect, if you go over the satisfaction, the wow effect, you will make money. And that's the good news. The good news is in the hotel industry, we make survey 15 years ago, so it's done. When we increase by 1% our rate on TripAdvisor on Booking, I'm increasing by 1.42% my profitability, which means I have more customers and I can sell rooms with a better price. But it's easy to understand. If you have to choose 2 hotels in a city, and one it's 7.1 on Booking, the other it's 8.9. Same category, same services, but the one at 8.9 is 30 euros more expensive than the other one. You are 90% in this room to choose the 8.9 for the same category, and you are ready to pay 30 euros more without any problems. Your customers are ready to pay more, not because your product is better, but because you solve better than the competition their problems. And it's justified. It's easy to understand that it's more expensive to buy a 8.9 or 9 rating hotels on Booking than a 7.1. So it's easy to understand. If you go to the B2B world, you go to Trust Team, go to the internet, Trust Team Finance. It's an investment fund who only invest in companies who are overrating in terms of customer satisfaction. They are much better than the competitions. And the logic of this investment is these companies are overperforming the market for the last 20 years. So companies who are overperforming customer satisfaction, they are overperforming the market as well in terms of financial KPI. Easy to understand. And how he said it, loyalty. It's easy to understand that a satisfied customer keep loyal, easy. I mean, you are loyal to a brand where you are satisfied. You are not going to see or to search something else. And you're ready to pay a little bit more because you are happy with this brand. Customer acquisition cost going down. Much cheaper to keep customers than to search for new customers. Easy to understand. C'est du bon sens. And last but not least, pricing power. Again, in your industry, like in mine, you can sell better rates, better price, because people are trusting you. So if you over-satisfied your customers, you are spending less money and you are earning more money, so profitability is up. Very, very, very simple. So, what about you? What about your industry? Try to search a little bit about you. But wasn't easy, but I found something. First of all, and Henri said it, your customers are more and more challenging, but are over-informed. You have internet, very interesting, and you have a lot of competition on the market. And this is one of the competition. Maybe you don't like to see this logo, but this is a competition. This is how it is. And now your customer has a choice. Okay, you are the world leading in dust control or whatever, fine. But competition is here, and they can propose other solutions to customer problems. And you have the customer who gives his opinion. So I've been to Google, and I see your company, and I see some very good comments. So the good news, the very good news, if it's that you are doing the right things to make the wow effect, and people are ready to make a comment directly on Google. That's a very good point. You make internal survey, and your internal survey for some of you are very good, so congratulations. So that means that you know how to do that, but maybe you don't know how to repeat that. So maybe you make something very nice to have this kind of comments, but you don't know how to repeat it again and again. Because the bad things that you have bad comments, of course. You have bad comments and bad survey on after-sales services, on delivery on time. And you have bad comments and you are under 4. And you know what does it mean? If you are 3.9, that's not fair. Because like 7.9 for the hotels, that's not fair. But this is it. You are suspect. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to go further with you because you have these stars on Google. And I'm sure you know these scores and you know these comments. So bad comments are not something you should be afraid. That's a presence. When people said, you are really bad, you just deserve a 0. Hein? Google, il faut vraiment créer une étoile 0. This is what you deserve. When people said that, okay, it's very frustrating. You don't like it, but it's a present for you. It's a present because in that way, people said, you're not resolving my problem. And this is a problem for you. And the attention you give to the customers, because when customer goes to Google and said that, it means that before going to Google and say, I'm not happy, there is a lot of things going on before, exchange, discussion with you, back and forth, and so on. And one day, he said, no, stop, enough is enough. I'm going to Google and say they are really, we say it in France, vous êtes des truffes. Do you understand that? Truffles, I don't know if in English it means something, but to be polite, he said, customer thinks you are truffles. But truffles, I mean, I don't know if it means something for you. And you have to force you to think about the customers. Of course, you are in a B2B world, but there is a C somewhere. There is a C who is using your product. There is a C who is depending on your product. So you need to think about what are the problems of the C from the B2C. If you solve the problem from the C, you will help the B in between to solve its problems. You need to think about the C when it's possible, of course. And why? And that's why Henri spoiled my Amazon, but that's fine. We are realigned and we didn't repeat together. Why B2B and B2C doesn't mean anything? Because this is the same persons. Your customers in front of you on a Monday morning when he's buying a dust control for his company, the same guy on Saturday who ordered a book on Amazon. 69% of professional buyers, this is a Salesforce survey, 69% of professional buyers want the same experience on Amazon. The level of expectation for you and me, it's Amazon. That's not fair, because Amazon, it's like this. But this is how it is. And our brand, our way to book and our way to buy goods, it's referring to what I'm experiencing to Amazon. And I'm sure you already ordered something on Amazon and you see how efficient it is. Maybe you don't like Amazon, but you don't care. We have everything in 40 hours, in 24 hours, and if you're not happy, you get reimbursed right away. So people level of expectations of you professional buyers, it's Amazon level. Let's kiss our customers. Keep it simple and stupid. Keep it simple and stupid for them. It should be like a 7-year-old child to understand what you're doing for them. Keep it simple and stupid because you want, as a consumer, but I'm keeping it simple and stupid because you want to have an easy way to book your hotel. So how does it work? And how can you make something different in terms of customer satisfactions? I was obsessed by how people can qualify a hotel rooms or a service bad or not. Why they are putting 5-star or 0-star or 1-star, why? And what happened in customer brains? That was obsessing me. So the first stage, it's that they are comparing promise and proof of promises. Let me explain. You are going to see yourself as very good. You are a very good engineer. You have very good products. You have a very good quality of product. But your customers doesn't think the same things. The perception is different. I put this little draw, this little funny draw, but of course, si vous fabriquez les mobiles, vous êtes très très content de vous, mais votre enfant, il voit le derrière des peluches pendant 6 mois, et il est un peu moins content. What I'm going to say, that marketing says something very nice, but for the customer, it doesn't look so nice. So maybe in that case, parents are the customer, not the child. But 80% of the company consider that they are doing the right things for the customer, but only 8% of customers of the same company said, yes, you are doing the right things for me. So there is a difference between what you think you are doing and what the customer perceives of what you are doing. And what is very important is not what you are doing. We don't care. The only things you need to think is what kind of perceptions the customer has of what I'm doing for him. And perception, it's the key. It's the key because it's part of the customer experience. Customer experience, they know one. You don't have one customer experience, you have 4 customer experience. The first one, it's a desired experience. It's what you said in your marketing. It's what you said to your customers, I have the good product, the right product, the regular product, whatever. This is the marketing, and you need to do that. But sometimes you are auto-centré. It means that you are talking about yourself, but not about customer needs. Second experience, you have the expected experience. Your customer are expecting something from you, and maybe you don't know what they're expecting from you. So this is the second experience. The third experience is the proposed experience. It's a delivery. I think you are good at it. Okay, I'm going to install the engine, I'm going to test it, and so on. So it's a delivery, and delivery, it's, in your kind of company, it's really a state of the art. And the last one, and this is the customer truth. And the other one, we don't really care, but this one we care. It's the customer perception, the moment of truth. The moment of truth, which means the day I will push the button to put this engine work in my company, in my manufacturing. The moment of truth is the way I'm going to see if the product is working or not. So maybe it will take 6 months, but this is the perception of the customer. And then the customer said, GFK, you are a king. Fantastic. Or no, you are not the king. Doesn't work, like you said to me. But you did the right things. You installed the machine, you test it, and so on. You did everything right, but the customer perception say no. This is not what I was expecting. So how do we handle with that? Usually in the world, the company doesn't have the right vision of what people need. So the desired experience is somehow incomplete. The customer expectation, it's unexplored because you don't know what people are expecting. Because people themselves don't know what they're expecting for them. So you are not better than them. You don't know what people are expecting. I will tell you a story with Amazon later, but that's true. And then the delivery, you are engineer, you are technical people, and you know how to deliver. You know that. You know how to install, you know how to solve problems on the machine, and so on. This is not the problems. And for the customer truth, it's a big cloud. It's unknown because you don't know what customer perception is. The only way to know what customer perception is, it's to read your Google reviews. When you read your Google reviews, you have an idea of what is the perception of the customers. And then you can act and you can do something. Customer perception. You know this painting? Belgian painter, Magritte. What Magritte was trying to say? I can say today, like it's 10:30, and I can say this is not a pipe. Who agrees with me? Who is agree with me? It's not a pipe for me. Who is agree with me? Don't leave me alone. Nobody agree with me? Everybody think that is a pipe? And I'm stupid because I don't see a pipe, and you see a pipe? I'm alone. Oh, it's quite rare because somehow, yes, I think it's not. No, it's not a pipe because it's a painting representing a pipe. I never smoke a painting. Maybe you did, but I never. So same picture, different perception. Who is right? Am I right because saying it's not a pipe, or are you right because you said, come on, Stéphane, don't be stupid, that's a pipe? Of course, you're right and I'm right. But what the painter is trying to say to us, same picture, two perception. So you are going to sell the same product to different customers, different perception. It's not because you did it wrong, it's just because the perception is different. And this is how we are cable in our brains. We have different perception of the reality. And then you have to follow me in that way. That reality doesn't exist. The reality, I know for engineers it's difficult to understand, but reality does not exist. The only important things for customer is perception. And the perception is the truth. If the customer said you are a truffle, that's the truth. If the customer said that you are late, that's the truth. If the customer said you are bad quality, that's the truth. If the customer said your product are cheap, that's the truth. Even if you don't like it. Even if you think that it's not fair. But it is not fair when you said my hotel is not clean. Because I'm trying every day to make it cleaner and cleaner. But you consider a new perception that is not clean. So I have to influence your perceptions to give you the feeling that it's clean. And you have to influence the perception of the customer to make it happen. Yes or no, the customer is not a king. No, you can't say yes to the customer every single time. Sometimes the customer is stupid, stubborn, and he doesn't want to understand what you are talking to him, and he wants to do something else. And you say, no, that's not the right way. But his perception is always right, always. So for your team, in your company, you can say to your colleagues, okay, I know this customer, it's a really, okay, I don't want to see him anymore. But his perception is right. So he's stupid, he doesn't want to understand, maybe it's unfair, but his perception of what I'm doing for him is right. So what am I doing with this? I have to understand his perception, and I have to influence that perception to make it happen, or to make it happy. So how does it work? You have in your brand, in my brand, in your brands, you have a mechanic which is when I'm satisfied or dissatisfied, I'm comparing two things, expectation and perception. And I said expectation and not service delivery. We are not comparing the service delivery, we are comparing the perception of the service delivery. So each of your customers has different perception of what you are doing for them. And then, of course, if the perception is at expectation level, that's fine. But this is not what we want, because we are measuring the NPS. We want perception above expectations to create this wow effect, this 9 or 10 on 10 on NPS. So if you want to increase your NPS, you have to go there. Of course, if the perception is under the expectation, you are dissatisfied, and maybe you can go on Google and make a bad comments. That's easy, but that's not so easy, because perceptions and expectations are made of different things, and these things, you can't do anything to influence these things. Personal needs. You don't know the personal needs of your customers. You don't know it. Amazon tried to know it, if they even know it, and they have a lot of data. So you can't help. You don't know the personal needs at that time for your consumer. You don't know the belief. I believe that the dust control are state of the art, the best of the world, and they are really cheap. It's my belief. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is what I heard from your product. And my beliefs are wrong, but this is my belief, and you won't try to make my belief different. So you have to live with belief of your customers. I believe that you have an after-sales services on the top, and it doesn't cost any money to maintain the machine for the next 6 months. It's my belief, because it's very expensive at the beginning, so I think I'm not going to pay for the after-sales services. Every people believes different things, and you have to cope with that. Perception, distortions, and institutional factors. Distortion. One of you today on the smartphone, they will have a fiscal control fiscal. One of you. It's a joke, huh? I see you. I see your face. And now he's a mentalist. He doesn't know. No. But imagine if some of you have a fiscal control on your smartphone today and say, okay, no, you have to go to the fiscal office and so on. I will lose him for the day, which means when I will ask him after the conference to say, did you like it? Do you think it was for you? No, I didn't like it. No, you're not very good. Your English, it's very difficult. I don't like this place. Henri was saying the same things for every year, so I don't care. Damien was in a bad mood, and the weather is too heavy today. Well, the perception, there's a distortion of perception. People have distortion of perception because you have personal, lives. And then you can do whatever you want. But if your customers lose his cat last morning, you can sell whatever you want, he will be in a bad mood. And then he will consider your product as not good. So you have to deal with that. You have no choice. And situational factors for the hotelier, it's very simple. It's the weather forecast. People are spending a weekend in Orléans. It's sunny. It's great. You can walk on the Loire Valley, on the Loire River. You can have a drink outside, and it's lively, and the whole city is great. The cathedral is fantastic. So you can spend a lovely weekend, but it's raining for 2 days. The hotel is shit. I mean, the breakfast is poor. The mattress is down. Not because of the hotels, but because of the weather. What can you do for this? Nothing. So you have to deal with that. You just have to accept that people have different perception and you can't act on this. However, you can act on brand promise and proof of promises. You can manipulate, you can influence the customer perceptions in what you are promising to him. I'm promising to deliver your product in 24 hours or 48 hours. This is a promise. And this is what you promise. But if you don't do it, what happened in the proof of promise, of course, you are going to get the back perceptions. So the things you have to do, it's very easy. Very easy. It's existing for 50 years. It's born in the US. It's under promise and over delivery. If you want to be on time on your delivery, say to the customer, it will take 6 months, which is not acceptable for the market. Yes, but you know, the Ukraine war, the transport, the energy, and blah, blah, blah. But you can do it in 2 months' time, and you call your customer and say, I have a good news for you. It's not 6 months, it's 2 months, and the truck will be in front of your door tomorrow morning. So under promise, over delivery. Under promise, delivery, it's a manipulation. Let me tell you a story about Air France. What is the main complaints about Air France? The main complaint from the passenger, but Air France for the last 20 years. Sorry? No. We are not thinking only food in France, you know. The main complaint is be on time. Delay, okay? It's delay. So you have a lot of complaints saying you are delayed, once again, Air France, blah, 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 blah. Air France solved the problems in 6 months' time. What did they do? They could hire a big consulting company trying to see where you can have a minute less there or there and so on. No, we didn't do that because it will cost millions of euros for nothing. They just changed the schedule. If you make a Paris-Toulouse, it's 2 hours. You leave at 10 p.m. and you leave at 8 p.m. and you arrive at 10 p.m. You are not a pilot, so you don't know that Paris-Toulouse is 1 hour and 15 minutes flight. But in changing the schedule, I'm, as a consumer, preparing myself in my expectations to leave at 8 and arrive at 10. So I know at 10 I'm taking my taxi, my hotels. I know at 11 I'm in my bed, and I'm fine with that. But in the reality, and it's a process with Air France, the captain takes the mic 30 minutes before arriving in Toulouse and say, you have a good news, guys. We have 15 minutes ahead schedule. You said, Air France, champion du monde. You are the best. But the guy is 15 minutes late because it's 115 hours flight. But the perception, because it's under promise and over delivery, it's that you are not late. Air France solved 80% of the complaint in 6 months' time because they just changed the schedule. So you don't need to make a big quality process in place. You just have to understand what is important for your customers, what are my promises, how can I deliver better than I promise. And maybe you have to lower your promise. In the hotel industry, we upgrade you. If you come to my hotel, we will be upgraded. And it's a process for my receptionist. And said, okay, Damien, you are not using in our hotels. You buy the cheapest room because you are in, SPFI, very take care about the cost. But Damien, it's 10 o'clock. We have a lot of rooms free in the hotels. I would like you to give you a superior room. Would you agree? Of course, Damien is very, very, very happy about that. And then I will ask him at that time, what do you think about the hotel? He said, okay, the hotel, it's fine. But I've been upgraded. And then I am delighted. And then I will put a 5-star on Google because I like it, and I just did it on purpose, and it's a process for me. And the question for you, it's very simple. And you, when was the last time you upgrade your customer? But you give something which was not made in the contract. Maybe it cost a little money for you. Maybe it's not really in the process, but it's different. If you want to create the wow effect, you have 3 keys. The first one is the surprise. You have to surprise customer. If you surprise customer, then you will start to create the wow effect. The second thing is to solve their problems and stop selling your products. Stop speaking about your product. Speak about problems, customer problems, and how you can solve it. And the third point, it's to make it simple, easy, because you are not accepting that to book a room is complex for you. You don't want to be complex. You want an easy way to do it, and booking is perfect for this. Even if you pay a little bit more in booking.com, you want to make it easy. And you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back to your airline tickets outside of your mobile. You don't want to go back. You want to make it easy. So make it easy. Surprise, solve their problems, and make it easy. And then you can create a customer cultures. Customer cultures, it's not easy to do. It's a long way. And maybe you are in this way, and I think it's a very good way, of course, to other business. Let me talk about a company who make everything very, very interesting and very smart. This company is Zappos. Maybe some of you know Zappos. It's a US company. It's a B2C company. They are selling shoes online. Not really extraordinary, but they are selling shoes online. They created the company in 2000. But the company was not working well because they're making drop shipping, which means that you can order Timberland or Nike on Zappos website, but it's Nike and Timberland who send the shoes to the guest. So guess what happens? Of course, Nike and Timberland are not very good on delivery. So there were mistakes, customer dissatisfactions, complaints, and then the company went down. And the CEO, Tony Hsieh, said, okay, we stopped selling shoes. We are returning the company from selling to the top from the bottom, and now we are going to sell happiness. So the colleague said, okay, maybe he's mad or something wrong, selling happiness, but it's shoes. I'm sorry, boss, but no, it's happiness. I want to be #1 in customer satisfaction in the US to make the difference. So what happens? They solve the 3 main problems when you buy shoes online. What are the 3 main problems to solve when you buy shoes online for you customers? Size, colors. So you need to have a politique de retour généreuse, a way back to return the shoes, which is very, very, very simple and very nice. Second problems, shipping. I want it tomorrow. L'immédiateté étendue. When you ask people from 30 to 40 years old, l'immédiateté étendue, which means to have it right now, it's normal. To have it in 24 hours, it's normal. It's not, wow, it's normal. So people, when you buy shoes online, you want it as soon as possible. And the third problem is to speak to someone. Did you see the websites everywhere in the world? I mean, they are hiding the phone number. You can't call them. You try to call them, or there is a frequent asked question. Did you like that one? I mean, frequent asked question, it's very nice because I never had my questions. I don't know about you, but I read the questions, I have the wrong questions, and then the wrong answer. Or the questions are so simple that I feel very stupid not to understand that. But my real questions, nobody can answer it. So I try to call the website, and it's a nightmare. So I need to speak to someone. I need to speak to someone to solve my problems. So 3 problems, 3 incredible solutions. First one, delivery. They are promising to deliver any shoes in the US in 48 hours. Everywhere in the US, wow. But in the reality, under promise, over delivery, they did it in 24 hours. If you order a pair of shoes at midnight, New York times, you can have it the next morning at 8 o'clock in front of your door. And you say, wow, Zappos, you are fantastic. Second thing, it's how to send it back, my shoes, because it's not the right color, the right size, and so on. So in France, you have a law, you have 30 days, I mean, every e-commerce website must return,
Yes, you can return the shoes after 30 days and you can reimburse and so on. That's the law. But Zappos decided to have 36.5 days. You can change your mind after 6 months. You can put back your shoes, you use it for 6 months in the original box, and you get new shoes or you get reimbursed. Is it a cost for the company? No. It's a customer experience investment. Because Zappos doesn't spend marketing costs. They are not doing advertising on the TV, on the radio, on the press, a little bit on the internet, of course. With Zappos, you never have sales, promotion, never ever. The shoes are 10% more expensive than on Amazon, but Zappos are selling more shoes than Amazon. So you are paying more, higher price on Zappos than Amazon, but Zappos sell more shoes than Amazon. Which means that the price is not the issue. The customer service is an issue. And then the last but not least, this is the call center. So everybody in Europe are sending the call center in Morocco or in Malaysia or wherever. Zappos keep the call center in US. So you have 3 rings. After 3 rings, somebody is just answering you. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 24 hours 7. And when somebody is taking the phone at Zappos, they said, okay, my name is Stefan. I don't know why you are calling me, but I will not hang off until we solve your problem. Try with Orange next time. Shish. Of course it doesn't work, because in Europe, people are not paid to solve your problems. People are paid to take the next call, because it should be quick in the line. So the employee of the month with Zappos spent 10 hours at the phone for 1 pair of shoes. And this is it's a champion. It's the employee of the month, and this is a star. It costs a fortune, but it's not a cost. It's a marketing investment to serve the customer experience. So whether you put your money in marketing or whether you put your money in customer experience, that makes a difference. And they decided to put 100% of the marketing budget in the customer experience. It costs a fortune, but the ROI of this kind of investment is huge. How do they do that? First, if you want to take care about your customer, take care of your people. Easy. It's not new. I mean, happy people, happy salary, happy employees make happy customers. So first things to do when you come back to your company is to take care of your people. If you're taking care of your people, it's easy for them to take care about your customer. This is a theory for years. In France, we have l'académie du service, which is a theory they made it. It's la symétrie des attentions, the consideration symmetry. I don't know if the translation is good or not. Symétrie des attentions, it means that, let's make it simple. When you are in the metro in Paris, when you just hold the door when you leave the metro, what the other people is doing. If you take the door for someone, and the next one, what is he doing? Same. Exactly. Symétrie des attentions. This is how we are capable in our brand, okay? And we are not thinking about it. It is like we are. So we are reacting like humans. So take care of your people. They will take care about your guests. The best customer support is no customer support. What does it mean? The best customer support is no customer support. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that there is no problems, because Zappos still have problems with delivery or whatever. But that means that you are all customer support. Every one of you, starting with Henri, of course, with Damien. You are all customer supports everywhere. Maybe you're working in the finance, maybe you're working in the IT department, maybe you're working in the RID department, but you are a customer-oriented people. And everybody is caring about the customer problems. Not only the commercial, not only the marketing, but everyone. And this is what they did. And the people who were just packing the shoes on the supply chain, they say, no, I'm not packing the shoes. I'm making a customer happy because he will receive that pack of shoes in 24 hours and he was expecting in 48. So I make it happy. So that's make the difference. Everybody is customer support. And then you have a customer journey, and that's very good final, because you are going to work on customer journey, and you have the micro moment of truth between the interaction. Customer journey, maybe it's not yours, but this is what happens from the beginning when the first time Customer call the company. What happens? Maybe you have tape 1, tape 2, tape 3. Everybody hates that. Maybe you're doing this. And that's not normal. I mean, that creates first contact very irritating. So receptions, physical receptions, the cancel, the quotations, the after-sale services, the deliveries, of course, the after-sale services. You have to track every irritation from your customers or every point of your customer journey. And you have to make it easier for them. You have to solve that irritation problems, to identify and to solve it. And sometimes you have some wow effect that you can do easily, so you can process this wow effect to make it happen. And at the end of the day, your customer will say, okay, no, it's not the best in the world. This is not the world class. But no, when I work with no for 10 years, I never had any problems. I mean, I have problems, but when I call them, they are reacting. When sometimes the delivery is not on time, they give me good reasons and they can repair it. When I ask somebody, anybody in the company about something, I get an answer. I don't know that feeling, but that feeling that I'm getting loyal. Okay, no, it's a little bit more expensive than competition, but I don't care. I have the feeling that I can trust them and I'm happy with them and I will not change forever. So this is this feeling you can build for years, of course, and make it happen. And what people want, they want that. They want you to be reactive because you are expecting that you providers are reacting. They want, of course, skills. They want simplicity again and again. You should be very, very nice to them. You should have the service in your commitments. The responsibility, of course, when you make a mistake, you should be responsible for that and say, yes, we made a mistake, and I'm going to repair it. They want to have confidence because they don't know about the product you know. They want you to be available anytime because you want to call someone even if it's Saturday afternoon. You want, of course, to have the proximity, and they want you to be ethics, transparent, and to have a commitment for the planet. So this is what you are selling. You are not selling dust control or dust whatever. You are selling that. And if you sell that, of course, it will be much better. So finally, marketing is dead. I know you're not happy if you're in marketing, but no, there's a new marketing. Let's make it positive way. There is a lot of crazy people on the internet. When you type tattoo Harley Davidson, there's a lot of crazy people. Maybe some of you, I don't know. They can tattoo the logo of the company on the arm, but it's easy to understand because with Harley Davidson there is no sales, there is no promotion, there is no open doors, there is no marketing. I mean, the marketing and the sales are made by the customers. The customers are the best seller of Harley Davidson. And the day where your customers will tattoo your logo on the shoulder, this day you'll be arrived and I think you will achieve your customer journey and your customer satisfaction. So let the customer do the marketing for you. For that you have a long day, but I'm sure you will arrive. Thank you for your attention.
So in my presentation, I think it's worth, at least for everyone, of course, and also for the newcomer,